Hello everyone and welcome. So today I thought let's talk about camera settings for camera movements. So shutter speed needs to be your priority because you need to have enough time to create the movement or movements that you want to create to get the effect that you want. So there's two ways you can do that. You can either choose manual mode, which is how I always shoot, or if you're not so confident with that yet, you could choose shutter priority. So shutter speed is priority. I've gone into a bit of a deep dive about shutter speed in another video a couple of weeks ago. So if you want to view that, that is in the description for this one. So your second setting that you want to think about if you're using manual mode. So if you're on shutter priority, the camera will do this for you. If you're on manual, you are going to want to set your ISO. Now, assuming it's daylight, not nighttime, assuming it's bright daylight, I would turn that down as low as it will go. So ISO does is control light coming into the camera. We're going to have tons of that coming in because we're on a long shutter speed. So turn this ISO down as low as it will go. I've kind of lost the word aperture there, trying to be clever with my curtains, but it says aperture. So again, if you're on manual mode, you are going to want to set your aperture. Now, aperture does have a creativity to it in that it will soften and blur a background if you're using a large aperture. So this huge hole letting in tons of light is a small number. So when I say big is little and little is big, I mean, to my way of thinking, it's kind of round the wrong way, but never mind. So because we are on a very long shutter speed, so we've got tons of light coming into the sensor and we're trying to control it, I use my aperture to control the light. Autofocus. Do I focus on things? Now, ICM can be sort of a genre in its own right, in that you might be wanting to create very abstract images where you are painting your movement, really, in which case you might not want to use autofocus. But for me, because I'm creating images that are like this one, they're impressionistic, I always use a focal lock in my scene. So I focal lock first, and then I'm beginning my movement. And yes, I always use autofocus. Image stabilization. So it can be on the camera, or it can be on the lens, or it can be on both. I leave mine on. Because I'm making very long, slow, deliberate movements with my style to get the effect that I want, I don't find it hampers me at all. So image stabilization always on, because I definitely don't want to be seeing camera shake. So I think it might vary depending on the kind of movements that you're making, the speeds you're making those movements. So it may vary for you. Whether you're on shutter priority or on full manual mode, it is very likely, if it's the middle of the day, that you still have too much light coming in. That is when you're going to need an ND filter. Just think of them like sunglasses for your camera. To choose your ND filter, you're going to need the number off the end of the lens, which I've put the red circle around on mine. I use the variable screw-on ones. They are variable, so because sometimes you need to block a tiny bit of light, and sometimes if you are shooting straight into bright light, as I was here, I would have probably been at the ND10 to control this very bright light from the sun. So you get your ND filter, you screw it onto the lens, and then you just rotate it through the varying strengths. I've said it before, is settings are like ingredients. So it's like baking a cake. I'm giving you some ingredients here, but please don't think that having the shutter speed, for example, is going to be the magic silver bullet to get you the images you want. There's lots of other things to think about, of course. And they should be your tools. So don't fall into the trap, as I did for a long time, of copying other people's shutter speed and thinking that that is going to really help you. So for a long time, I fell into the trap of choosing shutter speeds that other people were using and shared, and then desperately trying to create movement to fit that shutter speed. When I started doing things around the other way and moving and matching the shutter speed to the kind of movements that I wanted to make at the speed I wanted to make them to get the effects that I like, that's when things really started to work out for me. Just be aware of that so you don't fall into that same trap and waste loads of time getting frustrated. So I'm sure you want to know what my settings are. My favourite shutter speed is 1 second. If my subject is in motion though, I will be adjusting that and going a little bit faster. Or if I want to make multiple movements, I will be going a little bit longer. So 2, 3, 4 seconds. During the day, my ISO's turned down to 160, which is as low as it will go on my camera. And I like my aperture to be around the f16. I prefer to control the light after that with the ND filters, because something you'll find if you have your aperture at around f22 up that end, you are going to see a huge amount of dust spots. So I hope that helps you out. If you have anything that you'd like me to share, don't hesitate to get in touch and let me know. Otherwise, I will look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye everyone.